And then there's our dear friend, Earthling Ed, or might I say, Alexander, which is his real name, actually. I do not believe that he cares at all about animals. I am not a fan of Earthling Ed. And this is not a personal attack, because Earthling Ed has done nothing to me, but he has done some pretty shady things to people that I know personally.
The idea that we had was that we were going to open up an entirely non-profit vegan diner where we'd serve delicious vegan food. So that's exactly where I am today. I'm in that 100% non-profit vegan diner.
The scam loop is very obvious. Money from Unity Diner allegedly going to Search, which is not even a registered company or charity. They had no intention of making it not for profit.
I genuinely believe that he only got involved in it because he saw it as a tremendous financial opportunity, because as a vegan activist, you can make a lot of money.
Unity Diner was incorporated over a year ago. Ed had all the time to register it as a not-for-profit, which also gives them tax relief and deductions. If you were truly raising money for animal activism, you would be losing out having it as a private limited company.
I'm not gonna name who said this to me because I don't want to get them in any trouble. But what was very interesting was the particular sanctuary was trying to raise money in order to buy some nearby land that was going to be converted into a slaughterhouse. And they wanted to buy the land and extend the sanctuary. So they were trying to raise a certain amount of money for that. And they went to Earthling Ed's restaurant. The name of the restaurant is escaping me right now, but I actually went there and ate there. The food is really great. So that person went to Earthling Ed's restaurant. It's supposed to be a restaurant that raises money for animals. So that person found Earthling Ed in that restaurant and said, we've made some flyers for our animal sanctuary that we're trying to raise money for. Can you pass these on to the people that visit the restaurant? And he was like, sure thing, no problem. Consider it done. Later on, that person that told me this story went to check if they had distributed the flyers. And a person working at the restaurant told them that he took the flyers and literally just dumped them in the trash. Is that something that an animal rights activist does?
No one is going to question Saintly Ed, the vegan Jesus.
I would. I'm vegan, but this is going to be the 7th video on this channel questioning the leadership of Earthling Ed. There are some other people who should have been doing some questioning. There are some other people who should have been doing some Google searches. Plant-Based News has a history you might know about. They have a history of accusing me of running a fundraising scam. They didn't do one Google search. They didn't even check my YouTube channel. They didn't talk to me. They just made that allegation publicly and reached tens of thousands of viewers with it. No apology, no retraction, never took responsibility. Plant-Based News, it would not have been very difficult for you to do the little bit of Google searching to look into the reality of what it was Earthling Ed had incorporated, the way this guy Bobby's Perspective did.
Since 2016, he had 3 years to register as a charity. On the Search Animal Activism homepage, which Ed Gaunt set up in 2016, we can see the donation button. On the donation page, as you can see, it claims the company is pursuing status as a UK registered charity. How contrived and convenient that they make that statement on the donations page.
Another fascinating thing that I heard is that there is a vegan Arab prince. He has been a financial backer of Earthling Ed and a lot of other UK-based animal rights activists. I've heard that Earthling Ed, instead of using that money to, further his animal rights activism, he's used it to buy an apartment in London, like in a very expensive area. These supposed animal rights activists are making a ton of money out of this, and I would expect a lot more results, to be honest.
À-bas-le-ciel.
The sun will one day set on this world and a new dawn will rise. Out of the ashes of violence, hope will rise. Can you feel it as it transmutes from something that we only used to be able to dream of to something that exists in front of us, something we can see, something that is tangible? Change. The change that is coming.
Clown college. I'm not going to enroll in that clown college. That advertisement had no effect on me whatsoever.
Now we as a movement exist in the millions of individuals, but together we move as one. And these industries, the ones who exploit others, they feel what we feel, and they fear it. And they fear us. And they should fear us. For every single day, our numbers grow stronger, our conviction grows harder, and that change becomes ever more inevitable than it was the day previous. And they fear us because they know that we will not stop fighting, that we will never take a day's rest, and we will never take a day's break until the animals are liberated from the shackles that our species has imprisoned them within. We will never take a day's rest, and we will never take a day's break. We will never take a day's rest, and we will never take a day's break.
My slang is editorial, explicit material, briefcase show, live and stereo flow, feel me.